What if I told you that when you're craving a bag of crisps or a burger, it's not actually you that's doing the craving. It's trillions of tiny organisms living in your gut, literally manipulating your brain to keep themselves alive. I'm Brad Brassica, and today I'm going to explain why changing your diet feels so damn hard at first, and more importantly, how you can take back control. So here's what they don't teach you in school. You don't actually digest all of your food. Your gut bacteria aids you with to help digest some of the food, because some of the food is impossible for humans to digest. So they break it down and you digest what they release. It's a symbiotic relationship. You feed them, they break down the food, everybody's happy. But here's the kicker. Bacteria in your gut directly influences how you think, how you feel, and what you crave. They're not just passive passengers, they're active players in your decision making. So if you've been eating pizzas and burgers and processed food for the past 20 years, like I did, you've cultivated an entire ecosystem of bacteria that's thriving on the stuff. And when you suddenly stop feeding them, they don't just go away quietly, they fight back. Let me give you an analogy on what made this click for me. Imagine that you go into the gym and you've only ever worked out your upper body. Same exercises, same weights, day in, day out. Your body gets used to it. There's no soreness, there's no struggle, it's easy. But then, one day, you decide to work on your legs for the first time in years, with the same intensity that you've been working out your upper body. What happens? I mean, you can barely walk, you're struggling to get off the toilet, like your legs are screaming at you, your body's saying that, I don't know about this, mate. This feels a little bit too much. But if you start off with a lower intensity, you gradually work up over the time, eventually your body adapts. The soreness goes away and you get stronger. And what felt impossible becomes normal. Fiber works in roughly the same way. If you've never really eaten fiber and suddenly you switch to a plant-based diet or start consuming loads of vegetables like legumes, whole foods, brassicas, your body's going to kind of freak out a little bit. You might pass gas a little bit more than usual. You might feel a bit bloated. You might feel a bit uncomfortable. It's new. It happens. But here's the thing. That discomfort is temporary. Your body is adapting. You're building new bacteria that can process this food more efficiently. Once you go through this transitional period, you're stronger, healthier, better than you were before. So what's actually happening inside you during the transition? You're in the middle of a microbe war. The bad bacteria, the ones that thrive on processed food and junk food, they're dying off and they don't want to die. They're sending signals to your brain saying, feed us, we need sugar, we need fat, just give us a bag of crisps now, mate. Just whatever you can get your mitts on, just screaming for it. And that's why the cravings hit so hard in the beginning. It's not weakness. It's not lack of willpower. It's biology. These organisms are literally fighting for survival and they're using your brain to do it. But what if you can push through that period? What if you can starve out the bad bacteria and feed the good ones? Something amazing happens. You actually start craving healthy food instead. I know it sounds mental, but I'm living proof. I never thought I'd crave kale, never. But I can't go too long without leafy greens. Like, I genuinely crave them. It's just because I've built up the bacteria that thrive on these foods. Now they're hijacking the same signals as the bad food, but I'm craving good food instead. Now I'm not just making this up. Most of what I'm sharing with you comes from a book called Fiber Fueled by Dr. Will Bulsiewicz, or Dr. B. Sorry for butchering your name. And he's recently released a new book called Plant Powered Plus, which I've literally just finished reading. I'm going to be doing a review on that shortly. Links in the description. And if you want to stay tuned, consider subscribing. Now back to Dr. B. He's a gastroenterologist, if I'm saying that correctly, which means he's a gut health expert and specializes in poo. He spent years researching the microbes and how they impact your overall health. And these books are absolutely bloody brilliant. They break down the science of gut bacteria in a way that's actually understandable for normal people like you and me. Now, the books both do a good job of explaining this, but more particularly Fiber Fueled, which helps explain how eating a diverse range of plant foods, specifically fiber, feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, and how these bacteria produce compounds that reduce inflammation, boost immune system, and improve overall mental health. But what really stuck with me was his explanation of why changing your diet feels so hard at first. You're not failing, it's your microbes adjusting. And once I understood that, everything changed for me. If you're serious about this stuff, I highly recommend picking up a copy of these books. They genuinely shift your perspective on how food and your body interact. And this is why knowledge is power. When you understand what's happening inside your body, the transition becomes easy. You're not sitting there thinking, why is this so damn hard? Why can't I just do this? You know exactly why it's hard. You know it's temporary, and you know what you're working towards. When you're craving junk food, you can recognize it for what it is. Dying bacteria making a last-ditch effort for survival. You don't have to give in. You can acknowledge it, understand it, and choose differently. Most people don't know this. So when they're trying to change their diet, they hit a rough patch. They assume that something's wrong and they go right back to their old habits. They think, plant-based just doesn't work for me, or healthy food just doesn't work for me, or I can't eat beans because they make me fart. But it's not that it doesn't work, it's that nobody told them what to expect. Now, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The transition is tough. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but it's not impossible. I did it, and millions of other people all around the world have done it too, and so can you. The key is understanding that you're not just changing what you eat, you're rebuilding your entire internal ecosystem from the ground up. It takes time, it takes patience, and yes, it takes a little bit of discomfort, but the payoff is completely worth it. You'll have more energy, you'll feel lighter, your body will process food more efficiently, and those cravings for junk, they'll fade eventually, I hope. They'll get replaced by cravings for food that actually serve you. The bacteria that kept you stuck in unhealthy patterns, gone. Replaced by bacteria that support your health, your goals, and the planet. And that is what this channel is all about. Giving you the knowledge and the tools to navigate this transition successfully. Because once you understand the process, you can work with your body instead of fighting against it. Now, if this resonates with you, do me a favor, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop me a comment below. Tell me your experience with cravings and what's been the hardest part for you. Now, understanding your gut bacteria is a piece of the puzzle. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to create practical friction between you and your cravings. Strategies that actually work in the real world. If you found this helpful, maybe you want to watch that one too. I'm Brad Bresker, and thanks for watching.